My name is Angela Buchert, and I'm a whitewater kayak and sea kayak instructor in the Adventure Studies program at Thompson Rivers University. 4 years ago, I was introduced to a body method called Feldenkrais. Feldenkrais aims to reduce pain and limitations in movement, improve physical function and well-being by expanding a student's repertoire of movement. It has totally improved my paddling, enabling me to paddle better with less soreness. The following Feldenkrais video will focus on two different things. The first 5-minute segment will focus on your lower back. So if you experience tension or pain in your lower back after paddling, this will be the video for you. The second session is all about torso rotation, which will improve your forward stroke and the efficiency of your boof. Please lie on the floor with your arms and legs long. Notice your contact with the ground and places that you feel are heavy. Notice if you feel any discomfort in this position. Please bend your knees and plant your feet so they are flat on the ground. This is not an exercise or stretch class, so don't move into places of discomfort. We are not trying to get a stretch or a workout. We are trying to re-educate your brain so that you move more easily and get rid of any pain. So keep your left foot planted where it is and cross your right leg over your left leg as if you are sitting cross-legged in a chair. Slowly let your knees drop towards the right side of the floor and just a few inches. Repeat this movement many times, and each time you do it, go a little bit closer towards the floor. Again, this is not a stretch, and you shouldn't go to a place where you feel stretch or discomfort. Repeat this movement numerous times, slowly and methodically. Can you pinpoint where you initiate this movement? Does it come from a place in your pelvis? From a place in your lower spine? Do you feel your weight changing over your pelvis? As you move your legs toward the right, what happens to the left side of your pelvis? And can you feel your spine involved in this movement? And how far up your spine do you feel this movement? And what does your head do as you repeat this movement? Would your head like to follow the movement with your knees or go in the opposite direction? And experiment. So your head looks to the right a few times with the movement, and then to the left as your knees go to the right. And which way feels more natural for you? Please rest fully on your back with your arms and legs long. And as you're lying on your back, notice if you feel any changes from the very beginning. Even though we've just done a few movements, you may feel differences in how your pelvis is resting on the ground, the spaces between your spine and the floor, and maybe even your shoulder blades on the ground. Please bend your knees and plant your feet on the ground. Keep them in this position and raise both arms towards the ceiling in front of you, and place your palms together as if in a prayer position. Now, the next movement we're going to do, I want you to keep this triangle with your hands and your shoulder blades intact, so your palms won't slide along each other and your elbows won't bend. And slowly bring your arms towards the left side of your body. Pretend that your palms are sticky. They can't move along each other. And repeat this movement numerous times, from the middle to the left, the middle to the left. And what do you notice with your shoulder blades? How does the pressure on the floor change? And experiment with the movement of your head. Follow with your eyes the movement of your arms. And each time you do this movement, see if you can come a little bit closer to the floor with your arms. And what do you have to do in your body to make your arms go closer to the floor? Notice what's happening in your feet. Can you use your right foot to help you get closer to the floor? There may be a pressure change under your pelvis. And now bring your attention to your breathing as you do this movement. And picture a Buddha belly as your arms reach to the left. Can you think of a Buddha belly, big extending belly, to help you move your arms to the left side? Repeat this movement a few more times. And the next time you're close to the floor, just hold your arms as close to the floor as you feel is comfortable. Hold it there for a few moments and think about bringing your breath into your belly. So you make a big Buddha belly, and then your belly will shrink. And the next breath you take, think about bringing the air into your chest. So now your chest expands and your belly gets small. Do this a few times with your breath, thinking about bringing your breath deep into your belly, almost into your pelvis area. And then leave it, come to the center. Let your arms and legs go long and take a short break. And again, notice how you're lying on the floor, and has anything changed from the very beginning? What do your shoulder blades feel like on the floor? Once again, bend your knees and plant your feet on the ground. Keep your left leg planted and cross your right leg over your left leg. Slowly bring your knees down towards the right side. And does this feel any different from the first time you did this movement? And do this movement several times, slowly and methodically. And can you feel the movement up along your spine? Is there a shift in the weight of your shoulder blades? And next time your knees are close to the floor, just let your knees rest there in a position that's comfortable. You don't have to be touching the floor. And bring your breath into your belly. So you make a big Buddha belly and let that exhale. The next time you inhale, bring your breath into your chest so your rib cage expands. And go back and forth between the two a few times. And what happens in your chest and in your belly? Can you feel each rib moving? And give that a rest. Bring your feet to center and lie with your arms and legs long. We have just gone through the first segment of this lesson on one side. Now, on your own time, you can translate this to the other side of your body. For this next session, you'll want something to prop your head up as we'll be lying on our sides. So please lie on your right side. Stack your hips and shoulders so that they are directly one on top of the other. Bend your knees so that your legs and body are at a 90-degree angle from each other. Reach your arms both out in front of you so that your palms are stacked one on top of the other. And if you feel any discomfort in this position, make some adjustments to prop your head up more if you need. If you need to put something between your knees because your hip is sore, please feel free to do that now. So reach your left arm a little bit further from where your right arm is. So your left palm will slide on top of the right palm, reaching just a little bit further past, and then return so your palms are one on top of the other. And repeat this movement numerous times. And what do you have to do in your shoulders and torso to make this happen? And see if each time you do the movement, you can reach a little bit further with your left hand. And your left hand can slide on the floor. Where does the power come from to do this movement? Does it come from your torso? Does it come from your shoulder? And maybe eventually you will be able to have your left elbow reaching past your right arm. Do you think this is possible for you? And what does your head do with this movement? What's the easiest thing for your head to do? It will roll on the floor, so you're actually looking at the floor below you. And what is happening in your hips? Bring your awareness to the weight transfer that happens in your shoulder, your left shoulder, and your left hip. Can you feel maybe a bit more weight digging into the floor? And take a short rest. If you're comfortable resting on your side, you can remain on your side. If you would like to rest on your back, please do so. Once again, come to lie on your right side with your shoulders and hips stacked and your arms out in front of you, one on top of the other. And initiate this movement again, reaching with your left hand past your right. Now, instead of stopping with your left hand on top of your right hand when you return, let your left hand slide up your right arm to your right wrist, then the right elbow, and then return to your palm and reach out past it. And continue that movement. And each time you return to the elbow on your right hand, see if you can go a little bit further. So your left hand may go across your chest, and then back, reaching forward. And as you return again, lead with your left elbow so that it might even touch the floor behind you. Continue this movement until you feel like you might be able to have your left arm out to the side, to the left side. And what happens with the weight on your back and your shoulder blades? And follow the movement with your eye. So that when your left arm goes to the left side, your head follows the movement. And please take a short rest, lie fully on your back. And again, notice any changes that have occurred just from these few movements that we've done. Once again, return to lying on your right side. Again, with your arms and legs stacked and your legs at a 90-degree angle. Now, keeping your arms still, slide your left leg forward of your right leg. So your left knee will go slightly ahead of your right knee. And then back so that they're stacked one on top of the other. And do this movement a few times. And this will probably be quite a tiny movement, as there is not as much potential for movement in your hip region as when we did this with our shoulders. Let your left knee go forward of your right knee, and then see if it can go backwards of your right knee. So really, the movement is in your pelvis. That's where everything is being initiated. Back and forth. And can you feel the different weight transfer in your hip? All along the hip that's on the floor. Can you feel the weight changing? And can you feel the movement growing as your body becomes accustomed to this movement? How is your torso involved? All right, leave this movement. Rest on your side. Now once again, slide your left arm forward of your right arm, and then back past your right hand, back past your right elbow, so you come to lie on your side. And has anything changed in your arms because of the movement that we did in your pelvis? Next time you do this movement, I want you to think of locking your knees together so that there's no movement in your lower body. And this might mean that the movement becomes smaller. And what do you have to change to make this happen? Now that you no longer have use of your lower legs and lower extremities, where does the power come from for you to do this movement? And take a short rest on your side. Once again, lie on your side with your hips and shoulders stacked, your arms in front of you, palms one on top of the other. And with complete freedom in your hips and pelvis and knees and shoulders, reach your left hand past your right hand as far as you feel it can go. And then all the way back behind you to rest on the floor beside you. And hold that position where you're lying right now. If you're comfortable, bring your breath into your Buddha belly so your belly expands big. And the next breath, bring into your chest so your ribs expand, your chest becomes big. And then return your left arm across your chest, across your right arm to come and rest on top of the palm. Please take a full rest. Lie on your back with your arms and legs long. You can get rid of the pillow under your head. And notice now how you're lying on the floor. What has changed since the very beginning of these 2 sessions? Does one side of your body feel longer than the other? Maybe one side feels lighter, or it has more presence. We have just done one side. You can now do the other side on your own time. Once you have completed the movements, come to standing and feel how this has affected your posture. Take a walk around to integrate these movements into gravity. Thank you.